What currently legal thing do you expect to be illegal in the next 20 years? We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Seriously, the entire cell spam industry needs to go. Everything from scam calls, please don't donate to your local police association, to those obnoxious political SMS texts. If you don't understand how annoying those are, clearly you don't have an area code in a battleground state. Please God. Social media algorithms that encourage repeat use, and other such, addiction engineering. Privacy. Currently it has some very limited protections. Would not surprise me if in the future corporations manage to make it actually illegal to try to hide your information from their exploitation. Charities spending less than 5% of the money they are donated to the cause due to big overheads. Data privacy violations. Hopefully those family vlog channels on YouTube. This is a weirdly optimistic thread. Family vlog channels. There's been many instances where families have exposed intimate, inappropriate parts of a child's upbringing, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are legal cases in the future for exploitation or damages. I'd say it will be age-restricted at least since the kids can't consent. Multi-level marketing. A lot more people are seeing these for what they are. Telemarketing. God, please, ban telemarketing. Subscription services for certain product features. It's ridiculous that one requires a sub-service to use the key fob for her car. Government officials owning, trading individual stocks. Edit. Read the post as hoping, and not as legit expecting. Edit 2. I was implying use of blind trusts, broad index funds, opposed to individual stocks. I agree, it won't happen, in practice. A strong transparency law would be a step in the right direction. Commercials for drugs are legal in many countries already. Companies buying single-family homes, hopefully. I believe it is currently legal in 30 states for doctors to do pelvic exams on unconscious women without their consent for educational and teaching purposes. This better change soon. This link edit. Thank you everyone that is sharing their experiences, adding on more information, or providing additional examples of medical injustices. I definitely have been learning a lot. As someone who wants to go into the medical field, there are so many new things others have brought up that I need to read into. Hopefully fucking big corporations, hedge funds and foreign investors buying single-family homes and renting them out instead of everyday Americans having the chance to own a home, which should be more feasible. Revenge porn can be found all across the United States. Many states have passed laws against this, but some have yet to do so. Within the next 25 years, all states will most likely have laws against it, and/or there will be a federal law prohibiting it. I hope that in the next 20 years a woman raping a man is classed as rape under UK law, because, currently it isn't. This link. Beauty contest featuring underage contestants. If the game can be sold to children, it should not have microtransactions. Online tracking. I mean, why isn't this illegal already? If I would follow someone in real life and write down everything they do, I will get arrested, but Google can do exactly this with no problems. Helium-filled balloons, at least for recreational use. Going to work while sick. Did pandemic teach us anything? In Europe, probably fireworks. Po0 la here, make fucking grenades and toss them to the police. Hopefully, having a whole TV channel with the label of news, but consisting of entirely fabricated alternative facts, and mostly just really bad opinions. Basically, all corporate news channels. They aren't journalists, they are opinionated talking heads. And people take those opinions as facts, which is why we have such a misinformed segment of our country, and why these news stations don't do the one thing that journalists should do: hold truth to power. Edit. To sum up, you can have your channel with opinionated talking heads, but don't call yourselves a news channel, because doing so misrepresents your content to the audience. NZ has made it illegal to sell cigarettes to anyone born after 2010, even once they're adults. I feel like a lot of places will start doing that. Any expectations of privacy? Anywhere. Even in your own home. Vaping in the United States. They'd rather have us smoke cigarettes. Airsoft in Canada. In a few months. NFT, crypto scamming regulations are gonna come sooner or later, and these pump and dumps aren't something that's gonna stick around long. bright blue neon headlights, and good riddance. Commercial drones, have you seen what Ukraine's been doing with small commercial ones? That has to be freaking out some politicians, military officials and police. Smoking, although it provides the government with a lot of tax, probably not. There is absolutely no way the internet is unregulated as it is now in 20 years. Reheating fish in the office microwave. If the people don't intervene with corrupt elitist politicians, the right to true ownership. Probably some of our inalienable rights. The right to protest is currently very limited in the UK so that the most corrupt and inept government we've ever had can avoid being held accountable, or at least they can easily ignore any attempts at protest, to the point that protest that can't easily be ignored is punishable by up to life in prison. If the public keep voting them in, and I have no doubt that a nation mostly comprised of geriatric, easily lead bootlickers absolutely will, then I fully expect protest to become totally illegal within 5 years, never mind 20. In 20 years, I expect us to be even closer to Airstrip 1 than we are now. Hopefully gambling ads here in Australia. It's ridiculous they're not already. Smoking cigarettes. It is already headed towards a total ban in New Zealand, starting with minors under 14, I expect other places to follow suit. I think that advertising alcohol the way they do will become illegal. It's so bad for you and kills so many people daily, yet you go into your local shop and there's this massive alcohol section with big posters of people drinking together and slogans that almost push the idea of needing to have a drink to relax on a Friday, or pushing the idea that you can only have fun on a night out if you drink. I mean, I drink as much as the next guy, but I always imagine what it would be like if they advertised any other drug like that. I always wonder what it would be like if cannabis was legal in the UK. Guns in Canada. Our government doesn't like us having them, and they've discovered it's really easy to take them away from us. Taking water from any natural source, unless you are a for-profit company. I think some of the ingredients found in American foods will be outlawed at some point. As we get more and more info about some of the most common food ingredients, like we've known for nearly 2 decades that high fructose corn syrup causes cancer in mice, and we already can't export it to Mexico or Canada, will be eliminated altogether. If not by regulation, then by consumers increasing awareness of the negative consequences. Also, private prisons. Congress ability to trade stocks. DIY auto repair. You're gonna need a high voltage ticket. Being homeless, even though it's obviously not their choice, it's practically illegal now though, unless you're in a shelter, but those come with so many issues of their own. Having things that aren't actually related to history on the History Channel. The death penalty, I don't have a stance on it, but I could see that happening. Sports betting in the U.S. Europe is already starting to realize how bad it is. Imagine the U.S. will get there in the next 20 years. 1. Post anonymously online. 2. Drive a combustion engine vehicle without a special permit. I'll modify the question because I don't think this will actually be illegal in 20 years, but definitely should be illegal now. Child beauty agents, child drag shows. The people that attend and put those things on are the creepiest fuckers on earth and should not be allowed within 1,000 feet of an elementary school, yet they're allowed to groom kids for their own sick entertainment. It'll probably be illegal for civilians to buy fireworks in the US within the next 20 years. With how wildfires continue to be devastating each year, as well as how often accidents involving fireworks occur, I wouldn't be surprised to see fireworks be made illegal. They'll probably only be available to professionals. Murdering queer people in some parts of Africa is legal, hopefully not for long. SARMs and prohormones. They're sold as research chems, not for human consumption. However, they have been slowly clamping down, although I don't know if it'll ramp up. Formulas are changed a lot with RCS, which makes it difficult to keep everything banned. Disagreeing with government, military and police. Slowly it creeps. Not having valid public transport and walkable cities. Okay, probably not, but one can dream. Cars with combustion engines. I can totally see the production of new ones being illegal in 20 years. Bitcoin mining. It's pretty terrible for the environment, and Bitcoin will probably be a thing of the past in 20 years, so some politician will outlaw Bitcoin mining as some empty political stunt. The popular weed killer, Roundup, causes cancer. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and liking. Any feedback in the comments would be greatly appreciated so that we can make these videos even better. Thanks for watching Upvote Stories.